let Pawan Khera respond to the point that you're making, that the challenge is so humongous that no government comes out looking like gold. And therefore, no matter what you do, it'll always seem as if you're faltering, because this is a once-in-a-century challenge, and therefore there are no easy or correct answers.
Oh, it is a once-in-a-century challenge, undoubtedly. Other governments have also faced similar challenges, whether it was tsunami, whether it's other challenges.
No, but not as big as this, Mr. Khera. There has been no challenge bigger than this. Even if you look at the US, for a long time, the US looked to be in a complete mess. So did European countries like Italy, even the United Kingdom.
Rahul, it is a big challenge. Nobody is denying that. As I said, every single family has suffered. So how can we deny that it's not a big challenge? It's a big challenge. The fact that we had 1 year to prepare, whether for oxygen, whether for vaccines, whether for drugs, whether for hospital beds, whether for ventilators, whether for equipped staff who can manage the ventilators, what were we doing? मोर को दाना खिलाते हुए फोटो शूट करते हैं और डॉक्टर बगाई आप हमें भाषण देते हैं कि साहब ऐसे जबान मत बोलिए, वैसी जबान मत बोलिए, माफ कीजिएगा, दिल में दर्द है तो जबान पे क्या आएगा वो मैं नहीं रोक पाऊंगा। आपको बड़ा आपको पीड़ा हो रही है कि प्रधानमंत्री के लिए ये ना बोल दे, वो ना बोल दे, जिसके घर में लाशें उठी हैं, जिन्होंने अपने घर में अपने कंधे पे अपने रिश्तेदारों की लाशें उठाई हैं, उनको ये भाषण आप मत दीजिए डॉक्टर बगाई। आपसे मैं हाथ जोड़कर निवेदन करता हूं। Today the country expected the Prime Minister to apologize. Apology won't be enough, but a sincere apology would at least pave the way for reconciliation, for healing of wounds. यहाँ लोग दुखी हैं और आप कह रहे हैं अरे साहब गंदी जुबान में, कोई गंदी जुबान में नहीं बोल रहा।
No, but
the Prime Minister blaming everyone today and not admitting even one mistake of his is not how this country can be governed. This country needs a healing touch, and only the Prime Minister can give that healing touch. Opposition cannot. Opposition kept giving advice. Rahul Gandhi kept giving advice. I can bring out tweet after tweet. Today the Prime Minister should have just retweeted all his tweets, because that's what he did. He accepted all his demands.
Okay, now Sambit Patra, when it comes, okay, so you're right when you say it's a volatile, uncertain situation and that there are no right answers. But if you look at the policy refluxes of this government, one after another, you have stuttered from one wrong decision to another. And I'll give you a few examples. One, of course, is going back on the original vaccine decision. You shouldn't have listened to the opposition. The government never listens to the opposition. Secondly, other countries started giving money, risk capital, to vaccine manufacturers from April last year. We waited till the beginning of this year to put the first set of orders with Serum and Bharat Biotech. Secondly, when everyone was saying allow other vaccine manufacturers who've cleared global trials, let them sell in India, for the longest time we said no, we will not allow it. Later you came to the conclusion that okay, if they've cleared trials in the US or the UK, they can be allowed into India. So when it comes to, so imagine you're in a Formula 1 car, you're driving at great speed, you need to take quick and sharp decisions. If you don't take the right decision, you bang into a wall. On multiple occasions, this government, when it comes to dealing with COVID, has banged into the wall.
Rahul, I have heard a lot from both the Congress spokesperson and you as well, and I believe you will please give me some time to answer these questions. Number one, see, I would borrow the words of Mr. Devi Sethi. And of course, it is one of the biggest challenges that humankind has ever faced. And probably never in a life we will to see any of these kind of challenges that the world is facing today. And what Mr. Devi Sethi, a person who is not a politician, said that this government, in fact, has moved heaven and earth to see to it that the country moves in the right direction. Because he's a doctor, he has dealt with all this. And my sincere request to the Congress spokesperson also would be, let us not have a verbal violence against the health warriors, the corona warriors on the panel. Dr. Bagai is a reputed doctor of this country. To abuse him on a panel only, in fact, promotes people elsewhere to fight against the doctors, which no responsible spokesperson should do. My salutations to Dr. Bagai and all the doctors for the kind of work they're doing. Thirdly, and very importantly, it is very easy to burn the candle both ways. I'll give you 3 examples of as to how the Congress party burns the candle both ways. Right now, my good friend Mr. Khera was telling me I should have a यहाँ पर दाग होगा आपका क्योंकि वैक्सीन आपने लिया तो 150 रुपीस क्यों खर्च कर रहे हैं? See, Mr. Modi was quite clear in stating that this is a free vaccination. If Rahul Kanwal wants to pay out money, then well, he can go to the private and dole out maximum of 150 rupees for the service charge. Now, here I'm going to read out two quotes of the Congress party. One by Abhishek Manu Singhvi in a letter, which he says, with the advent of the wave, shouldn't the centre open up the vaccine market for all concerned and allow private players to apply through all means available? Desperate time calls for desperate measures. And Shashi Tharoor ji in a letter says, the government should have allowed the vaccine to be sold in the open market at a marginally higher price so people had the choice to take it when they wanted. So this is burning candle both the ways. Now, if you export the vaccine, even if it's for liability, then you say, hamare bachon ka vaccine bahar kyun bech diya? And if you stop the vaccination export, then we have Mr. Shashi Tharoor coming out and lambasting us, saying that, look, this is how are you going to become the Vishwa Guru by not exporting the vaccines. So please stop, in fact, burning the candle both ways, number one. Number two, see, I'll be very clear on this, Rahul, and a bit emotional too. We are not a small country. We are a humongous country. Demographically, we carry the whole of US, the whole of Europe, the whole of Argentina and Brazil within ourselves. US is almost equivalent to Uttar Pradesh. So today, the great part is, even if we are comparing the vaccination process of India, we are comparing it not with a Nigeria or a Kenya. We are comparing it with United States of America. Look, it's one of the most developed states of the world. Thankfully, India is compared with the most developed nation of the world. That's how we are doing it. 130 crore people, of which approximately 94 crore people who are the adults above 18 of age, they are to be vaccinated. Not a small feat. Okay. But I can tell you, by the end of this year, you will see this very Modi whom you are abusing will vaccinate every Indian